of course, as Bitcoin has got more traction, more mainstream, attention, the big players like in the EU, they're being very kind of fearful of it. Even Christine Lagarde said, I'll never forget it. She said that Bitcoin is like, how did she put it? It was like Bitcoin is worthless and should be regulated. And then someone said, I think it was Safadine Amu said, well, if it's worthless, then why are you regulating it?
Yeah, no shit.
So
Same thing with El Salvador. IMF is saying, oh, the experiment in El Salvador will never work. Yet they're also trying to sanction El Salvador.
mhm.
It's like, if you actually think the experiment's never going to work, then you would just move on with your day. Like, if you're going to
Exactly.
go try to create a spaceship and I think you have no fucking chance in hell of it working, I'm just going to say good luck and go on about my day. I'm not going to try to sanction you and stop your business.
Exactly. But
It's,
what?
it's, it's just a testament to the hypocrisy.
Mhm, mhm.
These people do not speak truth ever. Just
And that
everything that they say, invert, and that's how you get the truth.
and that's why I wanted to finish up just briefly on central bank digital currencies. So the literal like the discussion on about this is that it's taking the best parts from crypto and moving it into a fiat kind of example. So when you see this being moved across from, we don't need to discuss the kind of Chinese element of it, but especially in the US or Europe, what's your perspective on that now, as there's more light being shone on that recently?
Yeah, again, they're completely full of shit. And what you just said, taking the best parts
Hmm.
of crypto, there is no crypto. Crypto is a casino. Crypto is scam world, right? So they're going to take the best parts of the existing scam world and apply it to the legacy scam world. I mean, what does that tell you? It's bad, right? It's everything fiat is, but more centralized, so faster inflation, faster theft, more Chinese social credit score like systems for social engineering, control, manipulation, squashing dissent, tracking, tracing. It's an absolute globalist dystopian reality.
Hmm.
And if you're not stopping to scratch your head for a minute, okay, why are we hearing about central bank digital currencies all of the sudden? It was never talked about before Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is worthless and it needs to be regulated. But now we're creating a competitive response to said worthless thing that needs to be regulated. Like, just sit with their words for a moment and observe the world. This is why I always say that the corruption of money is the corruption of humanity, right? You create a system that people can profit from coercion, compulsion, deception, violence. You've tilted the incentives towards these immoral actions. Is it any surprise whatsoever? People that follow incentives, not laws, is it any surprise whatsoever that the characteristics of those people become coercive, compulsive, deceptive, and violent? That's who's talking to you. That's Christina Lagarde. That's Jerome Powell. That's every statesman. That's every bureaucrat. Anyone that's representing that the state has any legitimate authority whatsoever is a crony. They're a crook. They're a liar. Do not comply. Reject this shit.
Hmm.
Right? Embrace the truth. Who is anyone to tell you what to do? You're born free. Be free. Question. Think critically. Question what I'm saying too. I'm not here to. I might sound like I'm preaching sometimes, but I'm just passionate about waking people up. Question
Hmm.
everything that I have to say. Challenge me, and do the same to everyone else. That's how we move forward, right? We need to assimilate the honest perspective of 8 billion humans to build the world in a way that works for 8 billion humans. To have one ape preach at 300 million about how things need to be done is a fucking asinine proposition. Mathematically, morally, practically, it does not work, right? So this all may sound a bit radical, but I promise, at least the way I see it, I think it's a much brighter future for human beings. Just people left free to conduct their lives as they see fit in a world where wealth can be accumulated and saved through hard work, not confiscated in perpetuity, not under this constant specter of global warfare, right? What do you think funds the war? The United States is sending money to Ukraine right now. I think it works out to a lot of money too. A lot of money is going to Ukraine. Did anyone write a check to the government to send money to the Ukraine? Did anyone send a wire to the U.S. government to send money to the Ukraine? What do you think it's coming from? Like, just stop and think. Just stop for a moment. Turn off the news. Read some old books about the history of money. Just grab Fiat Currency Inflation in France. It's a weekend read. It'll take you one weekend. Read it. Read about how self-deceiving humans can be. And I promise you, if you just look at this little window on history, you'll gain a whole new perspective on the world today. We're going through it again. We've been through it many, many times before. It's just much more interconnected this time. All right, we're one world this time due to technology, right? We're wired together, our telecommunications, the internet. We're one city, basically. And we're self-destructing. And we're self-destructing because we have self-destructive money.